The KwaZulu-Natal government says preparations are at an advanced stage for the inauguration of the newly elected Premier of the province, Ntando. Ntando is a former King Cetshwayo District Municipality Mayor and the chairperson of the Inkatha Freedom Party. He was elected Premier of the province during the first sitting of the 7th KZN Provincial Legislature on Friday. Newzroom Afrika's Ntando Mnyandu is at the Woodburn Rugby Stadium in Pietermaritzburg and joins us live now. It is inauguration week, isn't it, Ntando?
Well, it is inauguration week, Michelle, for most parts of the country, with President Cyril Ramaphosa expected to be inaugurated as well on Wednesday. But here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, I think politics has come full circle, as you would know that since 1994 to 2004, we had premiers that were coming from the Inkatha Freedom Party. The first premier of KwaZulu-Natal was Dr. Frank Mdlalose, and the last premier from the IFP was Lionel Mtshali. But now we are seeing Ntando, who hails all the way from Inkandla, who will be inaugurated tomorrow. So preparations are underway behind me as we are waiting for that historic day tomorrow. But let me bring into this conversation the head of communications in KwaZulu-Natal Provincial Government, Bongi, Gwala. Pepeto, thank you very much for your time. Put the people of KwaZulu-Natal into confidence that the provincial government will be equal to the task for the inauguration come tomorrow.
Well, thank you very much, Ntando. Indeed, it is a seminal moment in our history as the constitutional democracy, as the province of KwaZulu-Natal, because we are on the eve of ushering in a multi-party government, a government of a provincial unity, which was really crafted after our leaders came together when the people of South Africa, the people of KwaZulu-Natal said, we want all of you to be part of this. We are not going to give any single party a majority. So this is then the result of that. As you can see right behind me, we are getting ready. In fact, it's very poignant that this inauguration happens in the month of June. The youth month, because when the Premier-elect on Friday, immediately when he did his first interview as the Premier-elect, he started by talking about young people, about the plight of young people. So poignantly, this is happening in the youth month. Yes, indeed, we are ready. The police are ready. As you can see, the judiciary is also ready for the Premier to take the oath of office. And the administration is ready, because what we need to understand is that government continues. Government continued during the elections, continued immediately after that, and it will continue even tomorrow to work for the people of KwaZulu-Natal. So indeed, the province of KwaZulu-Natal, the government of KwaZulu-Natal is ready to welcome the new Premier tomorrow during the inauguration.
Mr. Gwala, any prominent leaders that you have extended invitations to come and grace this historic inauguration?
Government has a standard guest list. We invite everyone for a particular event. We invite Makosi, we invite religious leaders, we invite the heads of department, we invite members of the provincial legislature as well. All those guests have been invited, and the Premier will then have his guests that he is going to invite. But as far as we can tell, we've invited everybody that needed to be invited here.
We saw the legislative arm of government in full swing during the swearing-in of the Premier-elect Ntando and Nontombeko Boys as the Speaker of the Provincial Legislature, and Mabato Tembe from the Democratic Alliance as the Deputy Speaker to the Provincial Legislature. Now that all that has come, and it's out of the way, what becomes government processes now going forward, as we know that we still don't have the cabinet as yet. There are no MECs that have been announced. What then becomes a point of departure following the inauguration?
It's work. it's back to work. Nothing else is back to work. Obviously, the Premier, when he has gone through all the processes that he needs to go through, will announce men and women who will be members of his Executive Council, and those then will continue to work with him. But as I said, the government of work is not going to stop. It will continue. As the Premier hits the ground running tomorrow, then it's work, work, work. Nothing else happens.
People of KwaZulu-Natal, as you are saying, it's work, 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 are expecting to see service delivery. You've been in government for the longest time now. Any regrets from the previous administration going into the new administration, as we have closed the chapter of the 6th administration here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, ushering into the 7th administration?
I think sitting in communication, the 6th administration did what was possible. You remember in KwaZulu-Natal, we were devastated by COVID-19 like everyone else, but there was unfortunate events of 2021 July, and then there were floods, repeated floods. So as you try to fix this, there is floods coming up. As you try to fix this, there is that. So under those circumstances, very, very difficult circumstances, we would say government delivered. Within reason. Yes, there will be gaps here and there where people would say they don't see this and that, but we must be able to say holistically the government has delivered. And our people are better off today than they were before 1994.
Going to a new terrain altogether, the government of provincial unity, do you see it working?
Well, that is a political statement that needs to be made by politicians. But I think what has since happened is that, the depth of our leadership prevailed. Because, there was a little period of, some would say, uncertainty, but our leaders worked together and they said, look, for the sake of our people, for the development of this province, for the development of the country, let us all work together as have been directed by the people of South Africa and the people of KwaZulu-Natal. So I have no doubt that it's going to work, but obviously it is the leaders who are going to direct.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gwala.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
Well, that is Bongi Gwala, who is the head of provincial communication here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, saying plans are on track for tomorrow. With that, it's back to you for now.